and speak. I believe there were better and qualified people to have spoken, but me, I believe it was divinely inspired because as I was planning for this, it took me down memory lane of my life. Many years ago, I was like all of us in uniform around here. I almost dropped out of school because of the many challenges any family where you come from can experience. And that is why this afternoon I want to encourage you that that dream that you have, it can either be realized or it can die. And the challenge this afternoon, they are to dream again and know that the scars and know that what you are going through today may be able to push you so that your stars becomes brighter. And therefore, growing up as a young girl with the family challenges, dysfunctional families. A dysfunctional family, we are talking about a family where mom and dad are not agreeing, they keep going in different directions. And therefore, I know what it means as you're seated there and their home issues. Even with somebody to support you through school, you have other issues you are grappling with. You cannot concentrate. And people keep asking, how come you have been supported and you're still performing poorly? I dropped out of school several times to go and work as a house girl back and forth at relatives' place. And you know when your relatives employ you, they don't pay you. They give you old shattered clothes as gifts and imagine that they have supported you. Seated there, I do not know who I am speaking to, who lives with a relative and these relatives are not supporting you. Some of you are orphans and people keep reminding you and rubbing it on you that if it was not for them, you would not even be existing, leave alone be put through school. I know what it means to be in school and to learn. And especially if you are in a school like where I was, where the population of the students cut across. Those ones who arrive in school with their shopping as if they are going to run a small supermarket and you have nothing. And we have this idea that on opening day, we open our bag. You are so embarrassed to open your bag for checking, of course, a very good intention, for checking who has brought things that are not required in school. But for you, the stigma, the fear, the shame that there is nothing in that bag, just some little piece of soap that you have taken from home, basic necessities lacking. I know what it means for some of us who could be in high school, in the position where you are, walking in the morning with a toothpaste. Where you borrowed yesterday is not where you'll borrow tomorrow. If you borrowed from one girl today or one boy today, tomorrow, those in boarding schools, you start from another end. You borrow toothpaste, you walk with a brush and your shoes and you are asking who has kiwi. You are waiting for people to donate to you. The stigma, and that really affects you. And therefore, I know what it means to laugh. I know what it means to know that sometimes at school you have an opportunity to eat. For me those days, I worked so hard so that I fight off hunger that was at home. Hunger. I would find joy at school because in the morning we carry our plates for porridge, lunchtime we go for food, and in the evening we go for supper. How many of you seated here, even those ones in day school, walking long distances, and when you go back home, there is really nothing. Nothing completely. Not even water. Sometimes you have to rely on neighbors for handouts. And therefore, even with the support, financial support, you still need a lot of psychosocial support. And therefore, I am standing here as a principal today to tell you that I use my opportunity that God has given me now that I am a principal. I started off as a teacher. You don't become a principal, you become a teacher. And therefore, I will be addressing several people. A teacher at school. What did I do differently when I became a teacher? I was a teacher with a difference. My work was to just be able to identify those very needy children, and you can very easily do that. Teachers have an opportunity to either mold or destroy. The life of this young one is like the life of a bird in your hand. You can either squeeze it until it is dead, or you can allow this bird to fly so high and soar so high to become whatever it is that God wanted that bird to be. These children are in our lives. I was a high school teacher with a difference. I sat on several boards. Other teachers asked me where I got the time. I sat on several boards, and Wings to Fly, that is a Limu scholarship today, was one of the boards. I would simply talk to my principal. I would work overtime. And therefore, when I would ask my principal, kindly allow me attend a board meeting for the needy children. And she would gladly do the same, because she knew I would champion for many students to be put on scholarship. And for her, that was a plus, because when an organization is able to pay, then that means the principal has an easy time managing the school financially. I also took it and went back to study. I am a professional counselor who has done psychology to just understand the life of the young ones. I may be of age, but I'm very young at heart. You may be of age, but very young at heart. My life rotated around and still rotates around the young people. What was my role, and why did I go to school to do Masters in Counseling Psychology? To be able to understand, especially the very vulnerable people, that they need a lot of psychosocial support. You can keep telling them to work hard, but if they still are, their minds are still drifting back home, there is very little you are doing. They need somebody to keep reminding them that where they are today is not where they will be. That the pain they are going through today, they should not waste that pain at all. And I can tell you, I have seen it in my career as a teacher. I want to give a brief testimony that last year, in the month of June, some girls that I stood with those many years, seeking for them scholarship from various organizations, gathered themselves together. For me, they told me, we want to come and visit you at your home. Please go back to your home, travel back, we want to come and visit you. I just thought they were just a few girls. That day, I will never forget that in June. My compound turned as you would have thought they are dignitaries in my home. Girls gathered themselves, those ones who are very vulnerable those years, and they have become ladies of substance. They are shaking the world. They are influencing their society. Because I could not remember all of them, because we had lost touch, except a few that I have kept in touch. We were hugging each other, and they would remind me, you can't remember me. I am so and so. The girl who was so stubborn, but it was not stubbornness because you kept reminding me. You are acting as if you are stubborn, but I know you are only struggling to look like you are strong, but inside you are broken. And those words, they say those are the words that kept them going. Those girls came. They carried gifts and goodies. I have not bought oil for some time. They packed cars, those girls who had nothing. And because I knew many of their homes, they would remind me, Madam, can you remember you came to our village? We even gave you a a jerrycan to sit on because we had no seat. And we were wondering, where is Madame going to sit? But we are so comfortable. That is the teacher I am challenging this afternoon. There is a teacher, the teacher. When you talk about the teacher, that is a definite article according to those ones who do English. A teacher is, as long as you go to class, get out of class, don't bother about a child. But this one who will take some little time to understand, why is this child acting this way? Why is this child so gloomy? Why is this child unkept? Probably they don't even want to stand up because they know how their dress looks like. And therefore, when you embarrass them that they are unkept or they have soiled their skirt, you have destroyed them. They already are coming from homes when everybody and many people have told them that they will add up to nothing. It is up to you as a teacher to counter that and tell them that they're equal to everything. I want to tell you, I was promoted on the basis, apart from producing results, they asked me, Madam, apart from producing these beautiful results that you have posted over the years, what else have you done for the society? And I was able to tell them I sat on this organization. There was an organization by Canadians, by name it, Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, and so many. I have cancelled. I have done this and done that and done the other. And that is how I was promoted to become a chief. It's the last position for any principal. Not many reach there. But I'm so humbled. For me, it is not that position. What gives me that self-fulfillment is that I made a child to smile again. Like this team of about 30 girls that just gathered themselves somewhere and they said that we want to go back and look for our teacher who believed in us. I am sure these girls went through several hands. Why they chose on me, I can only bless the Lord for that. I want to encourage us. Let us start a child. I'll never be the same. They'll remember you for life. Now, when I was promoted to be a principal, what have I done differently? I used my opportunity. I used my position of influence. I have managed to convince my board of management to set aside some little fund, little as it may be, so that girls don't go home or children don't go home. Because we know it is in those trips of back and forth, home and back, they end up being pregnant because somebody took advantage of their vulnerability. Somebody takes advantage of their lack, and it is true, they lack. It is not a secret, they lack. And somebody can just buy them something like a packet of pads, and they will want some payment in kind. You may blame that child and call them all sorts of names, but they have been pushed to the wall. I have knocked on every door, and even today, Dreams, Believe and Repeat is going to be one of those doors that I am knocking to come and mentor and do coaching. I have done it, but I need another hand. I need the support of all of you to come and support them. Those ones who follow social media, in February, February, there when from ones were reporting, I appeared on social media. I didn't know. I was on a rescue mission to go to a place called Migori. I had never been there. Some interior place. The power of social media. And Maureen may talk about that power. Can we use social media properly? A story was highlighted about a student who had been admitted to my school and was on the verge of committing suicide because she could not bear to see her peers going to Form 1, and she was at home being a partial orphan, and the father had died a year earlier. That really touches me, and therefore, because this is what I had always done over the years, 5 o'clock found me at a place called Mboya, running up and down to locate the place. The terrain was so hard I had to abandon my vehicle at some point. That story, if you follow somebody called Akode, she highlighted it because I arrived there before her. and was able to rescue that girl. And she's now doing very well every day. In fact, I've dressed her so well, I made her sit on my principal and rotate around and tell her to do a video one day. One day she will sit on a seat like that. It doesn't matter how long it will take. And I tell you, sometimes it is just one word that these children require. What have I done differently? I have been a mentor. I always ensure when I am able to identify students that are supported by organization. It's DREAM, because DREAM, there are other branches of the DREAM organization. There are other organizations, Elimu, Jomo Kenyatta, any child who reports and they are just looking at their shopping, you can be able to tell that they are actually very needy. Some of them, you can even tell from the face that they require just a word of hope. And sometimes that is not just for the child, even for the parent. And therefore, I have used that opportunity to appoint a team of teachers who are counselors and who are empathetic, who feel for those girls. And I ask them to identify those girls and journey with them. We have a team of teachers who we call coaches. We call them mentors. I particularly, our school, the streams we have chosen for our school just help those students to identify with excellence. If you come, you are either in a achievers class, you are in champions class, or winners class. When you go to 4th Street, I ask the girls, now tell me which other one you want us. We have exhausted achievers, winners, and champions. We are thinking about the next one. What am I saying? These children, these girls, young boys and girls, they can drop out even if they have support. They need psychosocial support so much. Even those ones who you think are rude, even those ones who are in drug, I have handled students who are drug addicts. I am never quick. People usually imagine this Margaret. Madam Margaret is a weak principal. She condones some. No. I have taken children even to a rehab. And when they are back to form, that is the greatest fulfillment I have as a teacher. We all cannot condemn a child and kill them. They belong to us. The fact that a girl has gotten pregnant, yes, we have talked about teenage pregnancy and condone it and talk about it. Don't you dare, don't you dare. But once it has happened, what do you do? What do you do? Give that girl another chance. You can see, we have seen, and I have case study of people who even gave birth when they were in Form 1. But because they were cancelled and given another opportunity, they have become great people in the society. What else have I done differently? I have ensured that there is a lot of peer counseling. Sometimes they may not listen to you as an adult, but there is power when they speak to each other. We talk about peer influence, but if you encourage them to have peer influence that is positive, I can assure you, they are able to speak to each other in a language they understand the best, come down to their levels, and get feedback also. Once you have empowered them and given them the power to counsel each other, I can tell you the results are just so overwhelming. What else have I done differently? I look for opportunities to make them feel young at heart. Last Saturday, if you came to our school, you would have thought, kujikuna kuna, we dance, that's all. We dance. Unajiachilia kama principal and you become young at heart. Dance with them, embrace them, let them have you. I'm not inside, not reached there. Already it is a big thing for you. But once in a while, because it is them who organize. It is not the school that organize. They tell me, Madam, can we put aside just a few hours, showcase the talent we have in dancing, we can catwalk, and I also had my gear to catwalk, even if I was, and we give some, just a little, even a sweet to appreciate that somebody is a miss whatever. So we had a Miss Ambassador, we had the first runners-up, the second runners-up, and I invited young children of a neighboring school, a special school, who also came and were doing that catwalk and all those talents, singing, dancing. We are all talented and gifted differently. That is another way of mentoring. That is another way of giving those ones who have no voice an opportunity, even if they can't speak before people. They can act. They can be producers. They can do this and the other. And therefore, I want to encourage you who is there. Please, even today, if you have not been mentored this weekend, if what was organized for you this weekend has not changed you, I don't know what can change you. Allow what you went through. If somebody would have told me that you, Margaret, a house girl, to become a principal, I was crying because I never saw any future. But today, I look at it. Had it been any different, probably I would not be where I am. I can tell you God has his own way of allowing you to go through the pain so that he gives you double for your trouble. Amen? Am I speaking to somebody? Yes. The challenges you are going through, just look at them as short-lived. They are short-lived for now. They are just short-lived for now. You may fail, but somebody said success is failure turned upside down. Did you get that one? Success is failure turned upside down. For people, these great people you see and you hear, if they told you their story, for you to arise to your height, you must have gone through failure several times. What do you do? Once you have fallen, arise, dust yourself, and move on. Move on. Nobody will ever know you ever failed. It is only you. You don't have to keep convincing everybody that you went through this. Don't tell people about your home. Don't tell people about what you are being mistreated. How you are being mistreated. They have nothing to offer you. You have an array of hope. Dreams is here. Dreams is here. They have given you the keys. They have given you keys to unlock your potential. They have given you keys to unlock that potential that is in you. You are so lucky. This doesn't happen everywhere. This does not happen everywhere. And therefore, it is up to you to decide what to do with that key. You can decide to keep it. You can decide to lose it. But you can decide to open and unlock the treasure that is hidden within you. I know you have received a lot. May I speak to my dear parents? Wazazi. Wazazi hoye. Wazazi hoye. I want to thank you. Parenting is not in the curriculum. Hakuna mtu anafunza mtu mambo ya parenting. And parenting these days gets complicated as days go by. The parenting that you are given those years, today you cannot apply it. You have to learn. These young people need 3 things from you. They need somebody who will appreciate you. They need somebody who will approve of them. And they need somebody who will affirm them. Appreciate, approve, and affirm. The fact that your child has been taken through coaching and mentorship and somebody even has denied themselves the comfort of their life. This great team here have left their comfort of their country to be with you here. That does not mean that now you delegate your role as a parent. I want to thank many of you that have come. I want to praise that those ones who have not come, because I know what it feels when your parent doesn't come to school. They may forget everything else that you ever, other functions that you ever failed, but not a function like this. Not a function like this. You cannot delegate that. Work with this child. Even when they have failed, even when they have gone off course, wamekataa shule, wakati mwingine, other times they have failed in exams, other times they have failed. You as a parent and you feel so disappointed with them. It is up to you to also learn to have a very big heart and an accommodative heart. But these are not saying that you lose the responsibility of being firm and principled. Be very firm because it's what you expect from this student, this child that is God-given. But at the same time, know that God will judge you on the role of parenting that you gave. Do not allow your child to be abused and you are watching. Do not allow your child to go off course and you are watching. Do not allow this child to go and live with this auntie, this grandmother, this relative. They are being swung this way and that way, being abused emotionally, being abused psychologically, being abused in every manner, and you are not there to protect. Be that protective parent. And even for us who have taken children of orphans, I'm talking about a parent, somebody who is now a caregiver, somebody who is now taking the role of a parent, a biological parent. Please take that role very seriously. It is just for a while. You are holding their hand. Very soon, at some point, they will hold your hand. How will you want them to hold your hand? How will you want them to hold your hand? They usually say, garbage in, garbage out. If you mistreated them, and those days when God will help them, and they'll be in positions of power, you will call them, and they'll be, the mobile subscriber cannot be reached. We have heard that voice. You cannot reach out to them. You will just be hearing that they are somewhere, but they cannot come over. So I want to encourage all of us, be it the teachers, be it the principals, and we are doing so much. There is so much for us as principals that we can do, and we are already doing. I want in a very special way to thank the Dream Team. What you have done, the speaker, the preacher told us, when you have done whatever it is you have done for this young one, it is like you have given a loan to God. And you imagine giving God to repay you back with interest. Imagine. Whatever it is that you have done, I want to tell you, do not go unappreciated. And they say, service to humanity is service to God. I want to thank all of us and thank you for even giving me this opportunity and to count on you to be your guest speaker. May God bless you. May God bless this school. May God bless Dream Team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a gift.